when I look here, I see there is a part of me in all of you. 25 years ago, I had just graduated from Boston University School of Communication with both the craft and the confidence to take on the world. I landed up with one of the most prestigious media houses, and as they say, all the stars had aligned, and my hunt had begun for the headliners. And I relentlessly, for the next 5 years, pursued what is called the big story. But I think something inside me was changing. I began to struggle. I began to struggle to find answers for burning issues. And today, with full humility, I stand before you, continuing to struggle, but with the unwavering conviction that each one here can dare to dream of changing the world. Each one here has the power to change the narrative to what can be. And this is what makes you and me unstoppable. We all are here unstoppable to take on an issue and highlight its urgency. Unstoppable to be the voice of caution and reason. But it takes a lot of courage and conviction to stand your ground. December 16, 2012 was my turning point. A 21-year-old medical intern in Delhi was brutally gang raped in a moving bus. The brutality of the rapists shook our core. And while India was making notorious headlines all over the world, I saw an angry nation come together for justice. I was amongst the revolution that was brewing. And I stood there as a very proud daughter of India because I truly believe there is no other country in the world that reacted to a gender crime the way India did. But at the same time, I was left with the question, how did we get here? And this is how my documentary, Daughters of Mother India, came into being. It was a cry of my conscience. And I knew I had to zero in on the police. The police is the front line of the justice system. Unless the police is not gender sensitized, justice will not only be delayed, it shall be denied. How can an ordinary bus ride home go so horribly wrong?
It's quite clear that when 4 or 5 people settle on one woman and rape her, then they don't see the woman as a person.
Sexual violence is real. Bakshi ka ghar kahan hai? And it does not only happen in the streets, it can happen at home, it can happen just anywhere.
72 hours after that brutal rape of a student in Delhi.
It was a case which could have happened to any normal Delhi girl. Enough is enough. We can't take this victimization anymore.
When you talk about rape, in Hindi they say, Izzat lut gayi. Izzat is like you've lost your honor.
She's first raped, then she has to tell the whole story before the policeman, then she has to tell the whole story before the judge. She's raped over and over again in a way.
Crime against women has traditionally received low priority amongst the police and unfortunately in the judiciary as well.
How is rape a women's issue? It's a human rights violation. And it's very, very important that both men and women stand in solidarity in the struggle to end this. And this is what took me to Haryana. Haryana is the highest seat of patriarchy. And unfortunately, it also holds the dubious distinction of having the highest rate of crimes against women. And as a Bombay girl, it was intimidating to go into the wilds of Haryana, but it was very important to get the answers from the men. I spent 2 years on the ground across 45 villages. And the first person that I met in Haryana was India's biggest cup leader. Many of you are already aware. He is the ultimate authority, works outside the law, but has tremendous socio-political influence on the region. And he looked at me and said, there is no place for women here.
ये लड़की तो हम नहीं देंदे कराओ अल्ट्रासाउंड इन्हों देख लें इसके पेट में क्या है
हर कोई जाकर के अपने लिंग की जांच करा रहा था कुछ लोग यहाँ भी जांच कर रहे थे जांच कराने के बाद में लड़का हुआ तो रखना है लड़की भी तो गिरानी है
इन डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स को आम जुबान में कुड़ी मार डिस्ट्रिक्ट कहा जाता है लड़की को मारने वाले
There is a strong correlation in districts which have low sex ratio and crime against women.
25, 30 years ago, I could not have imagined a gang rape in Haryana. Today, you're hearing it every second, third day.
ना तो ये था कि भाई कुछ नशा हुआ या मैं बेहोश हो गई थी मेरे को ये पता था कि भी तेरे साथ में गलत हो रहा है
Then she's taken to another person and another person. She's raped again and again and again.
जैसे समय रिश्ता होता है ऐसे मेरा रिश्ता तय हुआ था
अगर ये बात इनको शादी के बाद पता चलेगी तो क्या होगा
मैंने तभी कहा कि रिश्ता भी आपसे करूँगा और न्याय भी आपको दिलाऊंगा इट इज मेरी गारंटी है मैं लड़ूंगा आपके लिए मैं आखिरी सांस तक लड़ूंगा हाई कोर्ट से लेकर सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक लड़ूंगा
मुझे देखिए मैंने महसूस किया मैं बदल गया जिस दिन दूसरे पुरुष महसूस करेंगे तो वो बदल जाएंगे
The farmer who in an arranged marriage married the gang rape survivor has taught us all a lesson or two. Yes, he is absolutely He is a real man. And today, United Nations is taking sunrise across 71 priority countries because the issue of gender violence, gender bias, is not a rural India story. It happens all over India in the most affluent of backgrounds. It is not only an India story, it is a global reality. And that is why we need so many more men who are the true he-for-she heroes. It's not about gender equality. It is about being human. And you can make it happen. And remember, you can change the narrative to what can be. A big round of applause to each one of you.